Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys all had a fruitful and enjoyable weekend of debate. Whether you're ripping each other's papers apart in Q&A or creating public directives to respond to some of the most absurd crisis updates you've ever seen. We're nearing the end of our time together, so I just wanted to thank you all for taking your weekend and spending your time with everybody here at TECHMUN. I hope you've all seriously learned and enjoyed your experience, whether it's improving yourself as a delegate and competitor, learning about an event in history, or even an issue that's plaguing our world today. I know you guys are all waiting for awards, so I'll make it quick. Next, here's our activities coordinator, Tanish.
Thank you, Nathan, and good evening, delegates. My name is Tanish Jain, and this past year I served as TECHMUN's activities coordinator. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time this weekend to participate and help make TECHMUN 28 a tremendous success. Over the last few months, the senior secretariat and sponsors here have worked tirelessly to make TECHMUN 28 a reality. Without their endless drive and dedication, none of this would have been possible. These amazing individuals have not only shaped your TECHMUN experience, but bridged together the TECHMUN family as a whole. On behalf of the entire TECHMUN club, I'd like to thank these individuals for their hard work and devotion. First, I'd like to thank our Senator, Vikram Raghu, for his essential role in outreach and communication for this year's conference. Next, I'd like to thank our Undersecretary General, Kalina Roeva, for her consistent guidance and diligence in the club's affairs. Third, I'd like to thank our Secretary General, Lisa Raj, for her vast dedication and everlasting love for TECHMUN. Her persistence and reliability through these tough times is what makes her a role model for myself and the rest of the club. Last, but certainly not least, I'd like to give a major thank you to our faculty sponsors, Ms. Tinkelman, Dr. Savrin, and Mr. Leiner, for devoting time and effort towards ensuring TECHMUN and TECHMUN as a whole was the best it could be in this virtual setting. Our sponsors are the reason MUN was possible this year, and for this, we are endlessly grateful. So thank you. Now, it is with great pleasure that I introduce TECHMUN's fundraising coordinator and a dear friend of mine, Alex Fall.
Thanks, Tanish, and good evening, delegates. First of all, I'd like to thank every one of you for coming to TECHMUN this year, and I hope you all had a wonderful time in your committees. I would like to thank every one of you who bought TECHMUN merch or donated to our great charity, TECHMUN. Merch should be delivered within 2 weeks of the fundraiser closing. It closes tonight, so get in those last-minute merch purchases, and I would like to reiterate that TECHMUN will not be held liable for any errors. It has been a great time getting to see all of you compete, especially those in my committee. Shout out Soviet satellite states. And I hope you all had a great time and will come back next year for TECHMUN 29. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce my good friend and our wonderful Director of Hospitality for TECHMUN 28, Erin Tran.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you to all of the delegates that donated over this weekend. I hope everyone here had an amazing time at TECHMUN 28 this year. Now that committee sessions are over, it's time to announce our final fundraising total. Hopefully you all remember that this year's charity was TECHMUN, which focused on investing in creative and sustainable solutions to help combat worldwide poverty. During today and yesterday, I've been able to go around each and every committee, seeing how all of our delegates have encapsulated TECHMUN 28's theme of innovation. And now for the final total. This year, we were able to raise more than $750. I personally am so proud of each and every one of our delegates for achieving this high of a total, especially considering that this is an online conference. I genuinely mean this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everyone for your generosity, and I hope you had a meaningful time during TECHMUN 28. Just to shout out the committees that raised the most money, the middle school committee that raised the most money per capita was UNCTAD, with almost $1 per person. For our high school committees, Paris Peace Conference, with a total of $157, came in first place, with IAEA trailing closely behind. Congratulations to everyone, and just to reiterate, I am so proud that we were able to make such a great contribution to such a great cause. Now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for as I introduce our Senator, Vikram Raghu, to go through middle school awards.
Thanks, Erin. And without further ado, here are the middle school awards. First up is DISEC. Our verbal commendations are Sweden from Rachel Carson Middle School, South Korea from Rocky Run Middle School, and Mexico from Brambleton Middle School. Our honorable mentions go to Brazil from Frost Middle School and Switzerland from Longfellow Middle School. Our outstanding delegation is China from Rachel Carson Middle School, and our best delegation for DISEC is Russia from Rocky Run Middle School. Next is UNCTAD. Our verbal commendations go to Somalia from Rocky Run Middle School, China from Rachel Carson Middle School, and Japan from Williamsburg Middle School. Our honorable mentions go to Russia from Rocky Run Middle School and India from Rachel Carson Middle School. Our outstanding delegation goes to Iraq from Rachel Carson Middle School. And our best delegation goes to the United States of America from Longfellow Middle School. Now on to our middle school specialized committees. Our verbal commendations for FIFA go to Alex Morgan from Rocky Run Middle School and Hamad bin Tamer Al-Thani from Rocky Run Middle School. Our honorable mention goes to Lambert Maltalk from Joyce Kilmer Middle School and Casper Rorsted from Frost Middle School. Our outstanding delegation goes to Megan Rapino from Williamsburg Middle School. And our best delegate goes to Vittorio Montagliani from Joyce Kilmer Middle School. Now for the verbal commendations for IPCC, our verbal commendations go to Ho-Sung Lee from Rocky Run Middle School and Mark Howden from Rachel Carson Middle School. Our honorable mentions go to Pen Mao Zai from Kilmer Middle School and Jim Ski from Longfellow Middle School. Our outstanding delegation goes to Hanoto Portner from Frost Middle School, and our best delegation goes to Yajna Rojas from Rachel Carson Middle School. And now on to our middle school crisis, Mission to Mars 2050. Our verbal commendations go to Ben Wallace from Rocky Run Middle School and Hiroshi Yamakawa from Longfellow Middle School. Our honorable mentions go to Steve Jursic from Rocky Run Middle School and Sergei Surovikin from Frost Middle School. Our outstanding delegation goes to Gwen Shotwell from Kilmer Middle School, and our best delegate for Mission to Mars 2050 goes to Dmitry Olegovich Rogozin from Basis Independent McLean. Now on to high school general assemblies.
Next, I'll be introducing the awards for our high school general assemblies. First, we have the International Atomic Energy Agency. Formal commendations go to Chile from Flint Hill School and Ethiopia from Chantilly High School. The honorable mentions go to Ukraine from Thomas Edison High School and Algeria from Riverside High School. Our outstanding delegation goes to India from Chantilly High School. And our best delegation goes to the United States of America from McLean High School. Next, the International Monetary Fund. The verbal commendation goes to the United States from McLean High School. The honorable mention goes to Chad from John Champ High School. The outstanding delegation goes to Afghanistan from Columbia High School, and the best delegation goes to Brazil from Independence High School. Next, the Social, Humanitarian, and Cultural Committee. The verbal commendations go to Chad from John Champ High School and France from Centerville High School. The honorable mentions go to Indonesia from Chantilly High School and Afghanistan from Columbia High School. The outstanding delegation goes to the USA from McLean High School. And the best delegation goes to Canada from Langley High School. In the Special Political and Decolonization Committee, the verbal commendations go to Afghanistan from Columbia High School and France from Centerville High School. The honorable mentions go to Indonesia from Chantilly High School and Germany from McLean High School. The outstanding delegation goes to Canada from Langley High School, and the best delegation goes to Norway from Langley High School. In the World Food Program, the verbal commendation goes to the United Kingdom from Thomas Edison High School. The honorable mention goes to Norway from Langley High School. The outstanding delegation goes to the United States of America from McLean High School, and the best delegation goes to Canada from Langley High School. Next, we'll be introducing our Specialized Agency Awards.
Now we will announce the awards for high school specialized committees. First up, we have the Asia Cooperation Dialogue. Verbal commendation goes to Japan from Freedom High School. Honorable mention goes to Qatar from Centerville High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Russia from Independence High School. And finally, best delegation goes to the Republic of Korea from Langley High School. Next, we have the Council of Presidents. Verbal commendation goes to Harry S. Truman from School Without Walls and Ulysses S. Grant from John Champ High School. Honorable mention goes to James Carter from McLean High School and Donald J. Trump from Chantilly High School. Outstanding delegation goes to William J. Clinton from Westfield High School. And finally, best delegation goes to Abraham Lincoln from Oakton High School. Next, we have the Médecins Sans Frontières, or Doctors Without Borders. Honorable mention goes to Maxine Kennett from John Champ High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Yvonne Legris from Langley High School. And finally, best delegation goes to Rachel Cadell Monroe from Chantilly High School. Our next committee is the New York Police Department. Verbal commendation goes to Herbert Evans from Governor Livingston High School. Honorable mention goes to Stephen Pataki from Centerville High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Betsy Barras from Langley High School. And finally, best delegation goes to Rudy Giuliani from Oakton High School. Lastly, we have the Paris Peace Conference 1919 to 1920. Verbal commendation goes to Arthur James Balfour from Yorktown High School and Woodrow Wilson from McLean High School. Honorable mention goes to Liu Chong Tiang from Langley High School and Dr. Augusta Luis Vieira Suarez from Charles J. Colgan High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Georges Clemenceau from Thomas Edison High School. And finally, best delegation goes to Henry White from Langley High School. Next, please welcome our Crisis Star, Adit Parikh, for the presentation of High School Crisis Awards.
Moving on to high school awards for crisis simulations. Greek Olympians, War Against the Titans. Verbal commendation goes to Hypnos, Lake Braddock Secondary School. Honorable mention goes to Prometheus, Battlefield High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Hera, Chantilly High School. Best delegation goes to Athena, Thomas Edison High School. The Automotive Consortium, Defining the Future of Transportation. Honorable mention goes to Ola Kalinius, McLean High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Herbert Dice, John Champ High School. Best delegation goes to Stephen R. Swartz, Columbia High School. Genghis Khan's Cabinet. Verbal commendation goes to Hachiam, Bishop Ireton High School. Honorable mention goes to Bort, Basic Independent McLean. Outstanding delegation goes to Moog Khatun, Centerville High School. And best delegation goes to Yasujan, Yorktown High School. Coalition of Soviet Satellite States, 1985. Verbal commendation goes to Poland, W.T. Wooten High School. Serbia, Kettle Run High School. Honorable mention goes to Bulgaria, Basis Independent School. Outstanding delegation goes to Romania, Bishop Ireton High School. And best delegation goes to Armenia, McLean High School. Afghan Interim Administration, 2001. Verbal commendation goes to Abdul Khalik Fazl from Governor Livingston High School. Honorable mention goes to Shakir Kargar from Chantilly High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Muhammad Alam Razam from School Without Walls. And best delegation goes to Seema Summer from Langley High School. JCC Clash of Entertainment, Disney. Verbal commendation goes to Brent Woodford, South Lakes High School, and Kevin Feig, Holton Arms School. Honorable mention goes to Ricky Strauss, McLean High School, and Mary Barra, Poolsville High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Peter Rice, Bishop Ireton High School, and best delegation goes to Alan Braverman from Langley High School. JCC Clash of Entertainment, Netflix. Verbal commendation goes to Jay Hogue from Columbia High School. Honorable mention goes to Ted Sarandos from Bishop Ireton High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Bozoma St. John from Charles J. Colgan High School. And best delegation goes to David Hyman from Langley High School. And finally, Ad Hoc Committee of the Secretary General. Verbal commendation goes to Alice Young, Yorktown High School. Honorable mention goes to James Bailey, McLean High School. Outstanding delegation goes to Giles Corey, Freedom High School. And best delegation goes to Betty Paris, Langley High School.
It is my great pleasure to now announce the School Delegation Awards. For the Middle School Awards, Best Middle School is awarded to Rachel Carson Middle School. Now, on to the High School Delegation Awards. Outstanding Small Delegation is awarded to Bishop Ireton High School. Best Small Delegation is awarded to Chantilly High School. The Outstanding Large Delegation is awarded to McLean High School, and the Best Large Delegation is awarded to Langley High School. Thank you all so much for attending TECHMUN 28. We were truly inspired by all of your passion for Model United Nations. We hope to see you again at TECHMUN next year. And with that, it is my great honor to hereby declare TECHMUN 28 closed.